I'm going to be revealing the 7 daily habits that made me a handsome and attractive man and helped me glow up, so that you can take these same daily habits and implement them in your daily routine so that you can level up your looks. Now, before we do hop into the video, if you want even more in-depth help beyond what I'm going to talk about in this video when it comes to maximizing your looks and becoming the most handsome and attractive version of yourself and being able to attract women to you every single day consistently, predictably, and reliably on autopilot via dating apps, social media, and even in person, like how other men are able to do every single day, then I would highly suggest that you check out the IAB training that I have linked down below in the description and the pinned comment that will show you how myself and other men have used IAB to do this every single day and become the most handsome, attractive versions of ourselves. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive into the video. So starting with habit number 1, following a sustainable fitness routine, man. So here's the thing, the key to building an aesthetic and strong body and staying lean and healthy is by following a sustainable fitness routine. So I believe that the reason why most men have a hard time, number 1, getting in shape, but then number 2, staying in shape for a long period of time is simply because they're not following a fitness routine that is sustainable for them. It's sustainable to actually be on that program, see that program through, or see that routine through to the point where they get the results that they want, but then also being able to sustain those results over a long period of time. And that's the thing, man. At the end of the day, sustainability is key, right? If you want to be able to achieve your dream physique and be able to sustain that dream physique for the long term, you have to follow a sustainable fitness routine. At least that's what I've learned from my personal experience. I remember when I got into weight training in high school, I started lifting when I was a junior in high school. That was the year 2013 going into 2014. But then come 2014 into 2015, which was my senior year of high school, I was no longer doing weight training and I was just working out at an Anytime Fitness. But the problem was I wasn't really following a sustainable, organized fitness plan that was actually allowing me to achieve results. Instead, I was just doing all kind of stuff. I was just doing a lot of high volume workouts. I was working out every single day. And I actually got burnt out from the gym to the point where I wouldn't go into the gym for like a week or two. And once I got on a more sustainable fitness plan, that's when I never took a week or two off from the gym because of burnout, if that makes sense. So the current fitness routine that I follow right now is that I lift weights 3 days a week. So on Mondays, I do chest and arms. On Wednesday, I focus on legs. And then Friday, I focus on shoulders and back. And I focus more on the compound lifts that are going to give me the most bang for my buck. So like 80% of my lifts are focused on compound lifts and actually getting heavy on those lifts. Whereas the remaining 20% is going to be more so isolation work, getting more of that pump training going. Now, when it comes to cardio and being active outside of lifting weights, I aim to walk 10,000 steps a day, or at least I try to walk for an hour and a half a day, just depending on my schedule and what all I have going on. That's usually the amount of time that I spend dedicating to walking. And usually I'm going to hit that 10,000 steps around the 1 hour or 1 hour and a half mark, around that range. And then when it comes to cardio, man, I do martial arts. I do Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Those are going to be my mid to high intensity cardio activities that I enjoy. They're fun for me, therefore they're sustainable, right? So just keep this in mind, is that when it comes to a fitness routine, the more sustainable and fun that you can make it, the more results that you're going to be able to achieve, number 1, and then more importantly, the more of those results you're going to be able to sustain for the long term, because you don't want to just get incredible shape for like 3 to 6 months and then just go back to zero or fall off, right? You want to be able to look like you're ready for summer all year round. You want to be walking around to where it looks like no matter where you go, it's summertime, because you're lean, you're shredded, you have lean muscle mass in proportion to you, and you just look good, right? At least that's my viewpoint. And you want to be able to achieve this and sustain this as effortlessly as possible. So that's habit number 1. Moving on to habit number 2 is tracking my calories, right? So a follow-up to the fitness routine. Tracking my calories daily, man, was an absolute game changer for me, especially when it came to me packing on lean muscle mass, because I was struggling for the longest time to put on muscle mass, and for some odd reason, I couldn't figure out why that was. And it really is just because I wasn't tracking my calories. And the dumb part about this was I knew that I should have been tracking my calories. At least I was aware of the knowledge and information out there that you need to track your calories. But for some reason, I thought that tracking your calories didn't matter that much, that it was really just about lifting weights and lifting heavy and just staying consistent in the gym. And although that is an important part to building your body, it's really all about the calories and tracking your nutrition overall that's going to make the biggest difference when it comes to either putting on size, if you're trying to lean bulk like how I did, how I went from 150 pounds to 170 pounds of lean muscle mass, or if you're trying to cut down body fat and get lean and aesthetic, you're going to need to track your calories and make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. Or once you get to a weight that you're comfortable in, you have a physique that you want to maintain, you're not worried about packing on more size or cutting more body fat, and you just want to maintain that physique, well, you're obviously going to have to track your calories to make sure that you're eating at your calorie maintenance level. Either way, you have to make sure that you're tracking your calories every single day. And then once I did start to track my calories, like I said, for my specific goal, I wanted to put on lean muscle mass. Well, as a byproduct of that, because I was consuming more calories, I started to get stronger in the gym. So my strength went up. And since my strength went up, that allowed me to put on more muscle, because muscle is a byproduct of strength. The stronger you get, the more muscle you will be able to build over time, which then meant what? I was able to look more aesthetic. I was able to look more attractive. I looked a lot more masculine. I looked a lot more dominant because I had more lean muscle mass and size to me. And the same principles apply when it comes to cutting or maintaining your weight. Like, especially if you want to be a lot leaner and have more of a lean and angular and chiseled face and a chiseled and lean body, then you're gonna have to cut, right? You're gonna have to be in that calorie deficit, and you're gonna have to start burning body fat that way. So either way, whether you're trying to lean bulk, you're trying to cut or maintain, you need to make sure that you're tracking your calories, because that's going to help you improve your overall physical looks and your aesthetics, dependent on what your goals are. And then the app that I use to track my calories is MyFitnessPal. So just make sure that you're tracking your calories every single day, man, because no matter what your goal is, you're going to have to track your calories and know how many calories you're consuming every day, and having that data that you can track every single day to make sure that you're making progress towards your overall goals when it comes to your fitness, when it comes to improving your facial aesthetics, whatever the case is. Tracking your calories is going to be a game changer for you when it comes to improving your overall look, just like how it was for me. So that's number 2. Moving on to number 3 is cutting out alcohol and doing no fap. So personally, I was never a big drinker, but whenever I would drink, I noticed that I would get hungover a lot easier. I think I was a lightweight. I would get bloated. My face would just be a lot more round, a lot more puffy, and I would be lethargic, lazy, and unmotivated, to where it felt like it was pulling teeth for me to go to the gym. Or sometimes I would slack off from the gym just because I was still enduring the effects of consuming a bunch of alcohol from like the night or two before, if that makes sense. Also, I've noticed that by consuming alcohol, I was just putting on a little bit more fat because I'm consuming a bunch of calories when drinking alcohol. Especially for me, like I would drink whiskey and Coke. So consuming a good amount of those drinks, those calories stack up, just like how the money stacks up too, which is another reason why I cut out the alcohol, because I felt like I was wasting money. But I just noticed that my face would get more bloated. I wouldn't feel good. My head would be pounding. I would be lazy, and I would just put on a little bit more body fat, and I didn't want that. So once I cut alcohol out completely, because I haven't drank alcohol since July 2021, so coming up on 3 years. Once I cut alcohol out completely, my face just got a lot more vibrant. I've noticed my skin looked better. I was a lot leaner, and I had more motivation and drive to be productive, right? Which meant that I was staying consistent in the gym, working on my body. You know what I mean? So that definitely helped improve my overall physical look from what I've been able to see, especially again when it came to staying lean and my face just clearing up. But also the same happened when I got rid of prawn or watching the dirty website. So I've been on NoFap for over 4 years now. I started towards the end of March 2020. So this is actually a screenshot from today. This is the app called the Day Count app, and this just counts days for you, right? Like milestones and stuff like that. And today marks 1,480 days since I've been on NoFap, because I started on March 30th, 2020. So I noticed that once I hopped on NoFap, I had more energy, I had more ambition, and I also noticed that my strength on my lifts went up, which again, meant that my muscle mass increased, which of course improved my overall physique and my aesthetics and proportions of my body. And I'm gonna make a video separately talking about my no-fap journey and more of the benefits, not just the physical benefits, but also the mental benefits that I've experienced, my benefits and experiences with women. Once I hopped on no-fap, I'll make a separate video about this, but I've seen a lot of amazing physical changes overall in my skin, lowering my body fat, increasing my strength, increasing my muscle proportions, and improving the overall aesthetics of my face and my body once I cut out alcohol and started to do no-fap. So that was number 3. Moving on to number 4. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the first point when I was talking about my fitness routine, but taking up Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has also been a major game changer for me, because ever since I took on Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, I've noticed that my overall physical image and aesthetics, facially and physique wise, have drastically improved. And the main reason is just because it's so damn easy to stay lean and chiseled, right? Especially for me, I do naturally burn a lot of calories. I am naturally lean, but especially if I'm like lean bulking or something like that, it's a lot easier to stay lean, to stay chiseled and maintain my aesthetics, right? And I'm also engaging my core quite a bit, which makes my abs look a lot more aesthetic from what I've noticed. And I've noticed that my strength has developed quite a bit through grappling with men who are bigger than me, more specifically, and how that has been able to translate into the gym and how that has helped me improve my lifts, especially because I'm using my muscles for different scenarios and in different ways and against resistant human beings than what my muscles are used to being used for, or what they were used to being used for, which was just lifting weights, right? Since I've been having to activate different aspects of my muscles of my body that I didn't use before, and because I'm grappling with men who are bigger and stronger than me, that's also given me a workout and allowed me to increase my strength, which again, like I said, carried over to the gym, which has allowed me to increase my lifts, which have allowed me to add more muscle mass to me, which has improved my body. And I know I've said that quite a bit, talking about how my strength has improved, my lifts have improved, which then improved my body. But this is true, man. This is what I've really seen from my experience. And my face stays lean and sharp too, because I'm just burning a bunch of calories and burning a bunch of body fat, especially when I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu back to back. Because at my school that I go to, there are Muay Thai classes that are followed up by Jiu-Jitsu classes. And if I do 2 classes in one day, bro, like I'm like drenched in sweat. Like my whole face is just a lot more lean and chiseled. I noticed that my hollow cheeks are a lot more apparent. My jawline's a lot more sharper. My cheekbones are a lot more prominent. Like overall, I'm just a lot leaner. So just from like more of the physical benefits and aspects of doing Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or any type of martial art, really by and large, I've noticed that these 2 martial arts specifically helped improve my overall physical looks and image, because it's just a lot easier to stay lean. It's a lot easier to be chiseled, and my muscle mass and even the definitions in my body, like my rear delts, my core, I just see a lot more definition, more striations in my body. I feel like I just look a lot more aesthetic overall when it comes to my physique, because I'm using my body in different ways aside from just doing resistance training by lifting heavy weights, if that makes sense. So I would highly suggest that you pick up a martial art if you haven't already. I'm telling you, the physical benefits are going to be amazing, on top of the fact that you're learning amazing skills that are going to allow you to defend yourself and loved ones if you ever come into a physical confrontation or conflict with someone, which resort to fighting as a very last resort. And you're going to just get a lot more mental benefits, and you're going to be a lot more confident in yourself, which also carries into your attraction as a man. Even though that's not a physical trait in terms of like your looks, your confidence will make you appear to be more attractive, especially as your looks improve too. So that's another thing. But that is the 4th habit, which is Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. Now let's go on to number 5, and that is getting regular haircuts. So I know this isn't a daily thing, but I get my haircut every 2 weeks, and me learning how to style my hair has also increased my attraction and my sex appeal, especially because I'm a mixed race black man. I have to stay on top of my haircuts because my hair grows fast. My hair grows in thick. For all my brothers out there, you know, like if we don't get a haircut after 2 weeks, if we start to approach that 3-week mark, we look absolutely insane, man. We look dusty. We look messy. We look crazy. So I try to make sure I'm staying fresh. I'm staying cut every 2 weeks. And I've noticed personally for me, the haircut or the hairstyle that has worked best for me is getting the mid drop fade. So this is what you would call mid drop fade right here. I know I'm facing the camera so you can't see the size of my hair, but I have a mid drop fade right here. I've noticed that the mid drop fade with either short to medium curls on the top or this low top that I have right now. This is the exact cut. I took this picture a couple days ago. Having this low top where I still have my hair on top. There's a little bit of curls, but not really. There's more curls to this picture because my hair is wet. I've noticed that these two looks have been my best looks so far in my opinion, especially including like the part designs. I used to get parts when I was younger. I didn't get parts for the longest time until recently this year, but I like this look, man. So I have this part right here and then I have almost like this V part in the back. I kind of look at it as like the Nightwing symbol, almost like a little Nightwing wings like that, just because I'm Nightwing J. But I thought it was a dope look. I've never seen anybody with this type of haircut and these two part designs. Just something that I want to try out, and I like the look, man. It's just, I think it makes me look more mature, more masculine too, in my opinion. And it's a lot low maintenance, and I like it, man. I just think it overall makes me look more mature. So these are the two haircuts and styles that I've noticed that have worked for me. I would consider getting some type of fade, man. I'm telling you, like fades, it may seem like every man has a fade, but they don't. But either way, man, a fade makes a man, in my opinion, just more attractive in the eyes of women. I know women like men with fades. It adds a level of sex appeal and edge to you. That's why you can't go wrong with it, no matter what your race is. And that could either be like a mid drop fade, a low drop fade, a high drop fade, a taper fade, whatever. Some form of fade is going to make you look better, man. I'm promising you. And then the products that I use to style my hair specifically, number one is Revive by Lush. That's my favorite hair product. That's more just like a hair moisturizer. It's good for curly hair, but I honestly think anyone with any type of hair texture or hair type can use it and benefit from it. It also has a really good scent. The scent is almost like, it's almost like cologne for your hair, if that makes sense. Like you're going to get compliments on your scent from just your hair because it's like a jasmine type of scent to it. It's a really good scent, man. I've gotten a lot of compliments just from using this product alone, not just from how it makes my hair look, but how it smells too. The second product I use, this is going to be more specific to men that have curly hair or ethnic hair, but Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. And then I use the Echo Styling Gel. It's not a gel that it gets all hard and crusty and has all these like white flakes that dry up and start to just fall off your head as if you have dandruff. I use the Echo Styling Gel to add shine to my hair, but also I like to just gel the sides down on the sides and the back of my head. I don't know, that's just something I do. It makes my hair just look a lot better and sleek that way. And it makes like the parts look a lot more apparent and a lot more noticeable, and just overall makes my hair look good, man, and gives it a nice shine and glow to it. Again, I know this isn't a daily habit, but just staying on top of your haircuts, making sure that you stay as fresh as possible, especially if you have the financial resources to invest in a good haircut, which you should. I promise you, is going to make a difference in your overall look. Just getting your haircuts regularly and staying on top of them is going to be game changer for you, and it's going to help you just look your absolute best, look crispy, and just be on point. So that's habit number 5. Moving on to number 6 is getting on a good skincare routine. So I noticed that once I started to hop on a skincare routine and use one consistently, that's when I started to get more compliments on my face from women. Now, I understand that specifically from what I believe and my experience, from what I've been told by women, my face is my best feature. However, I've noticed that I started getting more overt compliments from women once I started to incorporate a skincare routine, because they could tell that I took care of myself, which they liked that, and I looked healthy, which they also liked, because subconsciously they're thinking that I could provide healthy offspring for them. Like from a biological wiring, subconscious perspective, that's what I'm signaling, right? That's what you can signal as well. And I noticed that my skin just started to have more of a healthy glow to it, man. It was moisturized, it was hydrated, and it has allowed me to start aging gracefully. And I know this because, yes, I have good genetics, I believe, when it comes to my skin, but that's also because I'm actually maintaining my skin too. I actually take good care of my skin every single day. So I don't believe that it's just about genetics, because I'm also putting in work to maintain my skin, on top of the fact that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs or anything like that. That has also helped me age gracefully, because a lot of people think that I'm like 23, 24, or sometimes even younger than that when I'm 27, which is a good thing to have going for me, because that just means that I look younger than I actually am. And the products that I use for my skin, man, is that I use SPF 50 with zinc oxide to protect my skin from the sun. I use retinol to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, because retinol helps produce collagen in your skin. I use a moisturizer to hydrate my skin, and then I'll use a serum. Usually I'll use a serum if I'm gonna go out, like on a date or a night out with friends or whatever, which is gonna give me a nice, healthy, and vibrant glow to my skin. And then I also use oxy pads that have salicylic acid in them that allows me to get, rid of dirts and oils and all that from my face, which I usually use those. I didn't incorporate this in the video, but oxy pads are just really good when it comes to getting rid of those dirts and oils and bacteria that you collect over the day on your skin. I like to use the oxy pads usually at night, especially after a night of Muay Thai and JiuJitsu, especially with JiuJitsu, because my face is rolling all over the mat and stuff. So I need to get rid of all that stuff off my face, man. But those are the products that I use. And one pro tip that I would suggest that you men do to really help protect your skin, number one, and slow down the process of your skin aging, which is wearing SPF 50 every single day, wear sunglasses, and then wear a hat facing forward. And this is when you're going out and it's sunny and it's bright. Wear an SPF, sunglasses, and a hat facing forward, because this is like a triple threat layer of protection that you're giving your skin. So having a skincare routine, man, is gonna, be very beneficial for you, because you're just gonna look a lot better than most men. Because even though probably at this point having a skincare routine or hearing about a skincare routine is nothing mind-blowing, but you would be surprised to know how very little amounts of men actually have a skincare routine. They actually know what they're doing. They're using the right products and all that stuff. Not many men actually have a skincare routine. And when you actually incorporate a skincare routine, you're going to notice that women are going to find you more attractive. They're going to compliment you on your skin and on your face, because compared to everybody else, you're going to look a lot better, right? At least from a skin perspective, you're going to look a lot better, because most men don't really know anything about this and are too lazy to incorporate this type of information by and large. So don't be the type of men who consume this type of information and not apply it. Make sure you consume this information and apply it, because you're going to be leagues ahead of most men. So that's habit number 6. And then moving on to the last and final habit is grooming, man. So specifically when it came to growing out my beard and facial hair with the help of minoxidil, of course, I used minoxidil for like a year and a half, 2 years, but I've been having to stay on top of my facial hair grooming consistently ever since, which I believe all men should. You definitely need to be on top of your grooming, man, because when it comes to your facial hair specifically, keeping your facial hair or your beard trimmed, lined up, and groomed will boost your traction in many different ways. Number one, by accentuating your face with illusions of angularity and definition, which is just going to make your face look a lot more sharper and angular and just more attractive and aesthetic. Masculinizing your face, whether you have a stubble, you have a full grown in beard, maybe just a goatee, whatever the case is, having facial hair is going to masculinize your face and add more definition to it, which is going to make you more attractive. It's going to give you what I would call a youthful maturation to your face, where if you are a young man like myself, it's going to mature you a little bit, but you're still going to look youthful yet mature and more masculine, in my opinion. And overall, it's just going to make you more attractive when you have good facial hair, but you also take care of your facial hair. You line it up, you get it trimmed, you get it groomed. Whether you do that yourself, you go to the barbers to do this. At this point, man, because of how fast and thick my facial hair grows, I pretty much have to line up and trim my beard every other day. If I want it to look good, if I want it to look crispy, if I want it to just simply look well kept, I have to make sure I'm lining it up, trimming it down, and grooming it every other day, basically. And you don't want to just be on top of your grooming when it comes to your facial hair, but you also want to make sure that you're on top of your grooming when it comes to your body hair, man. If you have a whole bunch of like chest hair, I know some women like chest hair, some women don't. I think if you have like low chest hair, but you actually have a developed chest, women will like that. But if you just have a whole bunch of like chest hair to where it looks like you have a carpet on your chest and your chest isn't built and defined, I don't think women are going to really be feeling it. Make sure that you trim your nose hairs. Don't have any like spider legs hanging out of your nose, because just it looks like you're dirty, you don't take care of yourself, you're not cleaning, you don't know what you're doing. Trim your ear hair, make sure you don't have any ear hair or spiders coming out your ears. Get your back hair waxed, right? Or trim it. I think there's like actual tools that you can use to trim your back. Make sure that you're just taking care of your grooming and trimming and lining up your hair facially, right? As far as lining up your hair facially and grooming your facial hair, but also make sure that you're grooming your body hair on your body, your chest, your stomach even, right? Trim all that stuff, man. So with that being said, again, if you want help maximizing looks so that you can become the most handsome and attractive version of yourself, and you want me to dive into more of the secrets and the frameworks that I've used to not only improve my looks drastically, but also help other men become the most handsome, attractive versions of themselves and attract beautiful women to them every single day, consistently, predictably, and reliably on autopilot via dating apps, social media, and getting approached in person or getting choosing signals in person with the help of IAB, then I would highly suggest that you check out the IAB training. It's completely free. It's going to be very valuable. I know it will be for you. I will have it linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. And if you got a lot of value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And with that being said, man, I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.